guys, welcome back to JBN, the place where we keep you informed. Welcome back to another episode of Talk Back. This is where we talk about Jamaica and all things Jamaican. Now tonight I'll be sitting with Tony again and we'll be looking at, are you pleased with the light sentences being handed down to the convicted criminals? Tony, say hi to the subscribers and viewers.
Hi to subscribers and viewers.
Well, guys, before we get into the discussion, let me just look briefly at a few of these convicted criminals and the sentences that were handed down to them. We have 43-year-old Jeffrey Campbell, who was sentenced to 6 years after pleading guilty to 2 counts of manslaughter for 80-year-old Winifred Williams and her 58-year-old son Michael Williams. Now, according to what the autopsy said, Michael was stabbed a dozen times, including 7 times to the neck, while Winifred died from 3 stab wounds to the neck. Now, according to the learned judge, she started his prison sentence at 15 years, and then she added 3 more years for the 2 victims. But Campbell got a 35% discount for his guilty plea, so we now have coupons.
One discount?
Yeah, we now have coupons for murders and manslaughters in Jamaica. So he got a 35% discount for his guilty plea, and for the time that he was in prison, that was also taken off his custody, so he's only entitled to serve 6 years. There's another case where a man got 4 years for having sex with a disabled 12-year-old girl.
He must get enough time.
Clive Barrett, a St. Mary farmer, got his sentence reduced from 25 years to 9 years in 2018 for the killing of his 2-year-old grandniece, s0n Gardner. Now, this baby died from blunt force trauma to the head. But listen to this. Barrett was out on parole for murder when the child was killed.
But if he out on parole, wasn't that the same thing like what happened with JBNN, where they killed a girl up a man?
Oh, yeah. Campbell. Kahimi Campbell. Yes.
I can't remember JBNN right name.
Yes, that deacon man, that Seventh-day Adventist deacon.
Woman,
He had killed his wife and he was sent to prison.
And then he get parole.
And then he was living in Mandeville and he killed that young lady in Mandeville. And we also have Silburn Lewis from St. Elizabeth. He got a 28-year sentence, but his was reduced to 17 years. Now, this man almost chopped a man to death. Now, listen to what happened in this case. They said that he chopped off 3 fingers off the right hand of the victim. And when the victim started to run away, they said Lewis gave chase and chopped him again, causing him to fall to the ground. They said that Lewis swung at the complainant and chopped him on his left foot. The complainant tried blocking Lewis with his left hand, but received multiple chops to that hand in the process. Lewis then chopped the complainant just below his shoulder, breaking the bone in his arm and causing it to fall across his head. And then when he done, he said to the man, "You're dead now," and walked away. And he got a reduction of 11 years. And we have 31 years old O'Dane Keys. I'm not laughing, I'm just laughing at how sad the situation is. And this man got a reduced sentence. He said to the man, "No, you're dead now."
That means that
his whole intention was to kill him.
So in her mind, he resigned. He said, "You're
dead now." Because with all of that chops when he give me, say, "Yes, he's dead."
Never satisfied her head, say, "Man, they didn't walk away."
He didn't walk away at all. And then we have 31-year-old O'Dane Keys. He's from St. Thomas. And his sentence was reduced for the killing of his 19-year-old girlfriend. His sentence was reduced to 14 years.
Well, we have to be careful we talk about some of them people. Like, I don't even know if they're even out the road right now, because them are not on parole dangerous, My God.
That is one of the reasons why I don't show my face yet. But what has been said now, according to the Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, Andrea Martin Swaby, what the system or the court system is saying is that when a person enters a plea of guilt, it is seen by the courts as signs of remorse.
Couldn't it also be a sign of playing the court, considering, say, your lawyer that tell you, say, plead guilty because I must see it as remorse? Because really and truly, it seems as if it is a scripted thing where them say, a guilty plea, like you would have a key, where them say, guilty plea equal signs of remorse. So immediately people are going to say, if me plead guilty, it was me remorseful. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because what she was saying is that when you plead guilty, it shows remorse and the court normally becomes lenient to the guilty party.
Yeah, but one thing lenient, so you should have show of your crime where you commit.
Yeah, but listen, What happened in Jamaica, you know? You say as long as you're able to afford a lawyer.
Or a Benz.
All right. A lawyer, then you are quite okay.
Okay. All right.
Because there have been persons that have been lost in the prison system over the years because they could not afford a lawyer. Recently, this man, Robert Robinson, was arrested for simple larceny in 2002, and he has been lost in the prison system for 17 long years just because he was poor and couldn't afford a lawyer.
Couldn't afford a lawyer, so him just get lost in the system.
He was lost in the prison system.
And many more.
Many more, because there was another man from what broke in a bank glass in Chapelton. That was a few years ago.
Oh God, but yeah, let me tell you something. You see that man there? I see that man there on TV, you see? And when I hear where him go through and the amount of rape, where they rape him for in the 70s come right up, you wouldn't believe.
When that man came out, he was of no use to himself.
None at all.
There was this other man too that was also lost in the system from Westmoreland. I think he was arrested for ganja.
Yes.
And when he came out, I remember seeing it on TV. The man was holding a drinks box in his mouth, and he couldn't drink the box of juice. He couldn't eat a patty. Because when they are lost in the system, because them classify them as mad.
So then get our medication too, you know.
And then people abuse them in there.
Yeah, man.
Physically and sexually.
Mostly
because
sexually.
this man that came out the other day, his sister said that she was searching for him and she couldn't find him because he was in there under a wrong name. His name was Robert Robinson, and he was inside the court system as Basil Robinson.
That would make him hard to find.
So she was searching for him and she couldn't find him. She said when her brother came out, he had no teeth. he went in there, he had pretty teeth. When he came out, he had no teeth. He had bruises all over. His body was in a terrible state. The man totally losing his mind altogether. And the man said that they had him in there under the wrong name. So all of these persons...
So how they come up with the right name on that time to let him go?
That is the puzzling part
and
about it.
That I don't understand, because if in there's Basil Robinson and his sister couldn't find him, how comes when they're ready to let him go, then get to find the right name to let him go on their right name? That one you're more on me.
More than everybody, more than his sister too, because she said that listen, my brother went there because he did just they saying schizophrenic.
I wonder if a man who they have a man named Basil Robinson retire and then find the right name.
It just
because
the system is so corrupt. The system is so corrupt that people's lives.
And people take it for joke, you know.
Of course.
You have enough man take it for joke, you know. After them do people then sitting there, then God and yard go sleep, you know. Knowing so then left people in a some unjust situation, you know. A man will kill somebody and then ask for a reduction in sentence. But
listen now. The thing that what is happening though is that you ask a reduction in sentence, but you don't have no control over the fact that they have not put the legislation in place where you can get a reduction.
Okay, so in other words then, if you go to a store to go buy something, you have a right to ask for a discount. So if you go in there now and you go purchase something and you hear say $25 off and you say, so me can get a discount, you might get it, they might take $5 off it.
Because there's an act named Amendment to the Criminal Justice Administration Act. And this makes provision for reduction in sentences. Listen to this. From a high of up to 50% to a low of 15%. So if you go in and as you go before a judge and you say, judge me guilty, you can get 50% off your sentence.
So if you forget, you get 5 for 5 or 2.5.
Exactly.
2.5 or 1.5.
Exactly. So what happens is you go before the judge because you don't waste the judge time, plus nobody has to come in as a witness and say as long as you go in and you plead guilty. And the lawyers know this.
Also, even with all a man now who did get locked up, and as you know, sometimes my system slappy, it might end there for 1 year. And indeed if you get 2 years. You get a discount of 50%. Or even 15% considering only 1 year left. You go serve 7 months or 6 months and then come back a road after you go do foolishness.
And come back a road and commit to a next crime.
And then they can't catch you.
Exactly.
Or
because
even though
look how many persons are out on parole and are committing crime.
A
whole lot of persons.
Are they on bail?
Yeah, and not to mention bail.
You know, you have people who commit crime, you know, and then catch. Remember, so then them did him kill a boy over there with bail book in a pocket.
Yeah, okay, the one that was trying to rob the policeman.
Remember, so he have him bail book, you know, so he have to report to station every day, and that he have that with him, you know.
And that's still a try for thief in that process.
Because if your memory serves me well, you know, remember say some years ago, I believe I did earlier this year, you have one man where they did it, and I say police are target him.
Oh, the one where they go rob the people, him and his son,
And
the
they,
businessman,
and they kill him.
businesswoman's son, they shoot him. Yeah.
Yes.
Right, because he had gone to Jamaica for justice.
Yes.
He went to Indicom and everybody, and he said his name. I just can't remember his name right now, but we had covered that story.
But the system set away where you say you have a
The
whole heap of
system is set
people.
away now to benefit the criminal.
Yes.
It's as simple as that. The system is set away to benefit the criminal
And
and the lawyers.
know, because the lawyers know.
The lawyers know and they use it.
And you know what is also the messed up thing? The amount of lawyers that are turning out every year from law school. Earlier years, you never used to have that, you know. It was very hard to become a lawyer. Now, any man with the Danny head can take a book, come out and turn lawyer. So what happened now is that because of that, everybody can afford a lawyer. No, because lawyers no cost.
Lawyers are plentiful. Lawyers are plentiful.
Yeah, man, because you have some people right now who just did it and just wait to get a case. So you find, say, right now, it is not so hard to even get a lawyer. So, like back in the day when a man know, when you hear say a man walk in and he have lawyer, everybody say, who him? Oh, he a lawyer.
But not anymore.
Because everybody
But back to what I was saying in terms of this act, where you said that you can get 50% depending on when you plea. So if you plea before the first relevant date of court, you get 50%. So they said the first relevant date is the date on which all documents concerning the case have been served on the defense, and they know that what the Crown's case is. So on this time now, I can just tell him
say based on what the Crown have, the evidence the Crown have against you,
plead guilty.
Plead guilty, because right now it will go against your favor. The only thing we're going to do is buy more time and stretch this thing out. But really and truly, it would be in your favor to plead guilty.
Because 50%, this is ridiculous. Somebody's life. Somebody takes somebody's life.
People just look on you and that's a joke.
And you get 50% off. Say if, alright, I think manslaughter starts like about 15 years. So you plea and you get 7.5, and you know, say normally people are jail a while before they go before court. So you might end up serve 3 years to kill somebody. It's ridiculous. Which means that the person's life in Jamaica stands, there's no value to anybody's life. This is crazy. There's also another thing that is a sentence reduction day. Can you imagine this? In the court system, you have a sentence reduction day. And this was introduced and implemented by the Criminal Case Management Steering Committee with the blessings of the Ministry of Justice, and is a way to increase awareness of the provisions of the act. That is the same act where you can plea and get your sentence reduced.
Foolishness.
I'm not words. This is crazy.
Because with all of this, is it? What you're actually doing now is that the present thing does not act as a deterrent, but it encourages criminals and potential criminals who really know so that there is no punishment for any crime that he is committing or may commit one day. So not seeing it as a deterrent. He will just do it and know, so well listen, me can plead guilty, get me discount, because me tuggy, me charge them in there, we can just sit down, burn some spliff, do it time and come out. Man them rate we even more when we come from prison and say, the general just come from hell, as what they call it. And at the biggest thing, then greet you like you come from foreign or you come from...
I remember seeing a guy once in my community that was charged for rape. Went to prison for rape for years. And when he came out, he introduced himself like, and I said, yeah man, I'm me, Samuel man, they got prison for rape. I'm like, okay.
Yeah man, and him proud, you know?
This is crazy.
Then they kill him.
This is crazy. So this is the type of system that we're dealing with. Manslaughter ranges anywhere from 3 years to 15 years.
But you know, say, when you look at this, you see, the present thing that is happening is that society and the youngsters mainly have everything skewed. They no longer, there is nothing that they attach, like if when it comes to crime, that is where they attach any form of like people where them look up to. they look up to criminal and people who commit certain crime and rate them.
Yeah, they're the present role models.
Yeah, man.
It's just
So
simple as that.
it just messed up. It just know where thing gone to and the way how.
One time people used to respect teachers and, principals, teachers, post. I remember back in the day, some people used to respect postmistress was a big thing,
Yeah, man. But remember, say you could have even teachers where mediate,
Yeah.
For a whole heap of things, you could have actually say you go to that teacher there or the police there. Well, police is a given.
Because even they still do it up to now, even though so much of them so corrupt and mix up. But that is a part of their job description. But nobody attaches any importance to anybody being educated as role models anymore.
No, man, they don't see them. They don't business with them.
And it is a sad state. And so, our country is in trouble. Our country is in trouble when somebody gets that type of sentence for a life taken. So it means that our life in Jamaica, we don't have no value. There's no value attached to life anymore. And it is as simple as that. So a man can do whatever he wants to do because he knows, so listen, I will not be in prison for a long time. I just one of them things there. And that's it. As simple as it's just one of them things there. Virgin, me soon come. I go do that. I go burn a little time and come back. And that is where we are as a country, Jamaica. And it's sad. It bleeds me out every single day when I come across these kind of stories. And people's the families have been broken up. Sometimes the breadwinner them take out. Sometimes they take the breadwinners out of the family. And the families are destroyed. And one man go born in 3 years and come back, walk around quite alright. And sometimes come back and kill somebody else and destroy our next family. And so, I don't know, nothing will be done because as it said, the Ministry of Justice has given it its blessings.
Can you imagine?
So
the Ministry of Justice has done
an injustice.
Entire island an injustice to give a curse its blessings.
That's what it is. And so this is JBN. We keep you informed. Talk to us and tell us what you think. And remember to like, subscribe. Please me ask you, like up video them no man and share them up. You do better the channel get more recognition and more things can go on. And blessings and love. Until next time.